Yeah, let's do it.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Imperfect Action Show. As you already know, let me look real quick. It's Wednesday, April 6th. So that means it's episode 33. And I had to bring my guy back. Now, look, this is his first time on the Imperfect Action Show. But if you guys follow me and if you follow Jay, he's been on several of my platforms before. So this is the third time that we're bringing him on live, but this is his first actual time on the Imperfect Action Show. And I could not be doing a series and not make a space for him to come back. So on the Imperfect Action Show, what do? We focus on principles, strategies, lessons, and marketing and in business that you can take right now in real time and implement into your business to get you in a whole nother stratosphere in a whole lot of direction for free, right? We do this for you guys for free. So my guy Jay is driven is definitely somebody that is super knowledgeable, whether it's forex, whether it's investing, whether it's NFTs and crypto. And I had to bring him back because a lot of conversations that people are starting to have is on investing in a digital landscape. So yeah, we're talking about Web3. So Web3 investing is today's topic. So Jay, why don't you tell them a little bit about you? And I'm gonna send a text out to the community and let them know that we are live.
Awesome. Appreciate you for having me on here. Thank you so much. I definitely, don't take this lightly to share more information and, spread the wealth with everybody. It's very important, especially for our communities, for people to start getting educated on what is available because you are now getting more and more ownership over yourself, your data, your information, over your future. Okay. My name's Jay. You guys will find me on Instagram on all platforms as Jay is Driven. I've been investing now for 2 years in crypto and the forex market, but I've been a part of the stock market for about 5 or 6 years now. And I think it was like an amazing transition starting off in stocks. You get what I like to call pigeonholed, where you only think this is the best thing that happens, this is the best thing to come, like stocks is amazing. And then I found out how big the forex market was. And then to take it a step further, I found out about crypto and everything going on in different crypto projects. So over the past 2 years, I just dedicated myself to studying that, simplifying that information so I could just show the average person how they can start getting involved. And here we are. Got partnered up with my brother Brendan Boyd. He's taught me a lot. I've taught him some stuff. And we just decided, let's hop on here, let's get on this platform and share some of that information. Web3 is here to stay. So it's time for you guys to get with the program.
So I want to kind of preface the conversation with our acronym ABL, and that acronym ABL is always be learning people. All right. So you never at a pinnacle where you amass all of the information. There's so much more information available in the space that you're in, and there's so much information available in different spaces that you need to tap into. So definitely want to make an intention on learning certain things, especially in areas where you feel resistance. Because if you feel resistance in certain areas, that's really an indication that you should probably learn that thing, right? So let's talk about Web3 investing. So offline, Jay and I were just talking about different opportunities with NFTs, specifically when it comes to creating a project and then having the potential to position our project to monetize, but then I also create opportunities so the holders of that project can also receive royalties by just holding, right? So the project's already growing in value based on how popular that the collection is, but also by just holding it, you can get that long-term investment. But you also may be able to get residuals. So when we just open up like that, let's talk about that residual implications of having a project that's investing back into their community, and then the holders have the benefit of getting royalties. How would something like that work?
Okay, so typically the projects I look to invest into are going to have two things, right? I need to see some kind of benefit or return on my investment just for me buying into it. This is done usually through staking or some kind of royalty rewards, which is like what we were talking about. When you just are a holder of the NFT, you get airdrops sent to your wallet. Okay. And that'll be in whatever the native currency is. So if it's running on Ethereum, you're going to get that airdrop in Ethereum. Or what I'm noticing a lot of projects are starting to do now is they make their own coin. So if we were going to make a Brendan Boyd NFT, we would make Brendan coin, right? And don't worry, it's in the works, right? You would make Brendan coin, and then now every single holder would get paid in Brendan coin. And what that's going to do is it creates a decentralized currency that's only available to us, the members of that community. We control the price, we drive the price based off of how we buy, sell, and invest. Okay. Now, those projects, the money that they're making from those NFT sales, what they should be doing is, again, creating a DAO, or a decentralized organization that manages what you're going to do with this project. And this is how you know if you've got a good project. When they walk in and you guys get to make those decisions on, will we go in this direction? Will we go in this direction? They actually listen and apply it. And if for whatever reason they cannot, they're going to give you supporting information to make sure everybody's okay with it. All right. Secondly, the investments that they're making, they're going to bring you a return. So some of it will go into crypto, some of it may go into stocks and like an IRA or something like that. It may be other NFTs, or it could just be digital age businesses. We're talking about your Turos, we're talking about Airbnbs, other kinds of experiences or services. It could be teaching, right? It could be courses. And the sales of those courses, the sales of those products, the revenue that is coming in gets redistributed to all the holders. And like I said, either it'll be an airdrop in Ethereum, or maybe it's an airdrop in the native coin, right? Like Brendan coin. And that's what a lot of projects are starting to do now. And look at the biggest one of all, like the most massive project right now, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Look at what Bored Ape has done. They went and they developed their first collection. Then they made the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Then they gave you mutagenic compounds. So your very first NFT, you could make a mutant and make it look even cooler, right? Then they made the Bored Ape Puppy Pound, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called, right? So now you have pets added onto the collection. They keep giving you more and more and more opportunities to get involved. Then they also have a DAO set up. So every holder is making decisions on what investments we're getting into. And the people who hold these NFTs are pretty savvy investors. We're going to talk about, the intellectual property too, because you had mentioned it before.
Yeah, for sure.
But now they're making other investments, like purchasing other NFT projects. They purchased the CryptoPunks. They purchased the Meebits. So now they went from being worth, let's say, $100 million to $600 million in the span of less than like a year. Okay. That's what good decision making looks like. And that's what you want to be modeling as a person who's looking to make an NFT project or looking to invest into an NFT project. Now, you might not have $160,000 sitting around, but if you can save up $300, $400, $500 to mint an NFT project, that's the criteria you want to look for. I need to see similar things to what Bored Ape is doing in this NFT project for me to invest seriously. Okay.
Bro, first of all, let me just say, if you guys are not following my guy, Jay is Driven, Major Conversations is going down, bro. You know what I'm saying? So normally I'll wait to the end to tell people to follow people. But I'm going to tell y'all right now in the beginning to follow Jay is Driven on Instagram right now. Because you're missing out, bro. First of all, if you don't got like 50,000 followers in like a couple months, bro, we might have to redirect the strategy. So what I want to ask you is this, because I think what you are saying with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and how they're basically revolutionizing them, and also V-Friends, because I want to talk about V-Friends too.
Oh yeah, it's another massive project.
These are two massive projects that are doing things like they're pioneering different ways of how you can really move with an NFT project. But let's kind of dial back, right? So those projects may be too massive right now for someone to just walk into them. Someone may not have that type of capital to get into them, or there may not even be any more NFTs available in some of these projects.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that when looking at the criteria of a potential project to jump into, finding similar criteria that Bored Ape Yacht Club was basically showing early, or V-Friends showing early. What are some of the things that new investors, like newbies,
Hmm.
To be looking at when looking to select a project to get into at an early stage? Like, what are some of those indications?
Okay. So 9 times out of 10, it's the people. 9 times out of 10, it's the people, because the roadmap could kind of be okay. The developers could be, just enough to get the project launched. And, that's not a knock on anybody, but I've seen projects that are like that explode. Okay. For example, let's talk about VFriends. Look at the artwork. It's not the best artwork. If I'm not mistaken, it's just Gary V writing stuff and like drawing stuff and whatnot and selling it out there. And people are going crazy. But again, look at the people. Who is Gary? What is his personal brand? What's the information that he offers? Why do people trust Gary V on anything? Why do they listen to his financial advice? Well, look at his net worth, look at his corporations, look at how he's always giving back to people. So when you go and invest in Gary, you know he's going to take care of you, right? As a new person, that's what you want to look at in a project. What are the developers, the owners of this project doing? How are they talking? What are their plans? Are they keeping their word with those kinds of things? You want to see, are they looking for a short-term or long-term vision? Are we going to be around for 6 months to a year? Or is this going to be something that's going to have continuity where multiple projects are going to drop, or we're going to have 5, 6, 7 years? What kind of services am I getting from this project, right? Gary gives you a FaceTime with him, text message with him, meet up with him, dinner with him for certain NFTs inside of the collection. So each one has
Tennis,
those benefits.
Uno, all types of stuff. Yeah.
And now in version 2, they're just going to keep incorporating more of that stuff. And you guys can kind of study up on that, right? But those benefits right there are what are attracting a new person. So for me, if I'm brand new and I'm going in, and let's say I'm going to put myself in your shoes, I want to see how big is the Discord? What's the activity like? How many announcements are we getting? What's the quality of the announcements? Are they just fillers, like random news updates or updates specific to our project, right? Do we have governance? Are they going to allow us to put our input in there? All right. Is the team doxed or available to the public? Can I see their Twitter page? Can I see their LinkedIn? Can I find their website with information on them and their pictures and so on and so forth? Now, again, they might not need to be like that specifically, even partially doxed, right? I remember, Brendan, you had a gentleman in here who he presented himself as his NFT,
Yeah.
right? So even if they're doing that, at least you're still getting some sense of connection with them. So that's what you want to see. And then what they're looking to implement, is it realistic? Is it something that they can accomplish? Is it something their team can handle? If I see a team of 4 people with no supporting actors, that's a big red flag for me. But if I see that they're consistently bringing in people, they're making the right partnerships, I'll stick around with that project. And that's as a brand new person. You got to see this as a business. You got to see this as an investment. And because of that, you got to get very, very critical with those little details.
When you're looking at it as an investment, I think that's perfect because that kind of brings us back to like the whole tone of the conversation, right? Web3 investing. So now
Hmm.
we're investing in the digital landscape, right? Which is already happening, but
Yeah.
now it's just kind of bringing a little bit more brand awareness. So with the NFTs, what are the different ways if you buy into a project that someone can receive something back for their investment?
Okay. So first off is just by being a holder. Okay. By you buying the project, you're automatically going to receive certain benefits like future airdrops on new NFT projects, right? There could be a selection of 1,600 NFTs that get released the very first time. Those 1,600 NFTs are going to get exclusive access to the round 2, the version 2, which is what's going on with VFriends. For version 2, you are automatically getting like a 3D copy of your original NFT in a different pose or a different manner, right? Then they're still selling more to the public. So the first 1,600, they get a complimentary NFT. They're going to release 3,000, so they're going to double up their numbers, or 3,200, and then those other 1,600 get released to the general public. Okay. Then from there, when they release that third collection, you can do something called breeding, whereas you just have both of your NFTs in the wallet. You click a button, and now you get to mint a third NFT, and all you're paying is the gas fees. So you get 3 NFTs for the price of one. That's option one. That's one way of monetizing. Another one is staking. So every NFT that you purchase has a specific value attached to it. What you're doing by staking your NFT is guaranteeing to the team and to the holders that you're not going to sell. You're locking it up, you're putting it in the vault. It's showing good faith that you believe in this project. Okay. For that, they're going to give you some of the proceeds, some of the revenue that they're going to generate by you leaving your NFT there with them. Okay. With staking, let's say you get, 0.5% per day of whatever is in the treasury. They make a giant wallet, and from that wallet, every single person who's staking is getting a little piece every day, every 24 hours, or maybe every 7 days or 14 days. Every project is a little different. They will, pardon me, they will announce it. Okay. What are they investing into? It could be cryptos. It could be new up and coming NFT projects. It could be big projects like I know one, the Billionaire Coyote Club. They bought a couple of Bored Apes. They've bought like some more NFTs, and then when they sell it, that's where your staking rewards are coming from. Okay. Another one is through physical items or access to things or experiences. So for example, if we have a meetup, if we're having a party, you get access because you have that NFT. Maybe they pay for your flight and you only get access to that through your NFT. That's how you register. Okay. If we are creating or generating a fleet of vehicles, rental vehicles, you get all expenses paid on whatever vehicle you want that is available. Okay. Maybe it's homes. I know I've actually a couple of real estate projects where the revenue that they're making from selling the NFTs, they're buying houses and renting them out. And whenever they're not rented, you have access to them. Okay. So each project is going to do it a little different, but it's along those lines. Or maybe it's generating a new cryptocurrency that is going to provide a service. Or maybe it is providing a service like educating you on cryptos, educating you on NFTs, NFT courses, how to make your own NFT, how to market it, how to sell it. Maybe it's trading. That's actually something I'm doing. I'm making an NFT project, and we're going to be teaching you guys how to trade. And your access pass is your NFT. Okay. So there's many ways to go about it, but that's the general gist, the basics of what everyone's doing.
Look, I'm gonna tell all you guys to follow Jay's Driven again. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just another, and I'm not doing it because this is my guy. I'm doing it because he's giving the sauce. He's giving the spice, like breaking down exactly some of the things for you guys to look forward to and analyze as you're entering a space as a newbie for the first time. What should you be looking for with projects and things like that? One of the next things I want to ask you is where can it actually go, right, to find potential projects for them to consider holding. But before we do that, because you mentioned access, I want to just talk about this real quick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And and for you guys that know what this is or don't know what this is, you may be familiar with, that IP right there. That IP is from the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And basically, one of my friends, two of his partners, they bought into the Bored Ape Yacht Club project. They did R&D on the utility of that project. And that R&D revealed that as a utility, right, they had the ability to take the IP ownership of their NFT and then use that in the real world. My boy and his partners are restaurateurs. They've been dealing with IP forever, doing licensing deals and collaborations with Disney and Marvel and all types of stuff, right? No brainer. We can use this IP. Let's use it on a restaurant. Let's take that NFT digital experience, use this restaurant to introduce it to people in the real world. Give this utility more, give this NFT, our NFT more utility. which gives the access and makes that collection even more valuable, because now a holder is giving back to the community and allowing more opportunity for community holders to experience. So it's crazy. So now you can literally have NFT fries, drinks, burgers, go into an NFT restaurant, an NFT themed restaurant, pay in crypto, and then in real life see how it's unfolding, right? Because it's their first time. So they're gonna be adding utility. They're gonna be adding experiences. Like literally, you could look like, okay, my first burger and fry purchase, even if you're not a holder, that can be a collectible within itself. You can literally, hey, I bought the day one opening burger, fries, combo pack, whatever. I'm saving
all of the packaging.
I'm saving the packaging as
saving the little thing for the fries, the burger box.
Yo,
you can now sell that and then take a picture and sell that as an NFT.
Yo, 100%, bro. And I just want to take a second to show you guys this real quick, because I want to show you how crazy the fries are. Give me 1 second. Y'all gonna die. Check this out. Look at the fry box.
In the background is the Bored Ape.
Look at the fry. Look at the fry box.
Wow.
So that just shows you the impact, right? Now, Jay, let's dial it back for a second. Let's talk about newbies getting into the space, because I'm talking about it more. I'm getting into the space. I bought some NFTs last week, and I can't wait for you to drop one, because I'm buying it. And that's the power. I want y'all to understand. That's the power of relationships, and how that's the next level support. I know what this guy's doing. I support him. The best way for me to support, I always say, is with currency. But now I can buy into his project, which gives me back something in the future, right? Where can people go to analyze what may be a project that they want to actually, investing or purchase? Like, what are some trusted platforms that they could, start studying and getting into the flow of everything?
So there's a couple of big websites you can go to, like most notably OpenSea, right? You can go on OpenSea and see a calendar of upcoming collections. All right. You can go on Solanart. You can go on SoulSea. I think it's soulsea.io. There's NFT calendars out there. So you can literally go on Google, look up an NFT calendar, and you'll find a whole bunch. So you just got to do a little bit of your due diligence and find what's the right one for you, what works, what makes sense, based off of the artwork that's getting posted in there, what blockchain they're on. So is it an Ethereum one? Is it Polygon, Cardano, Solana, so on and so forth? Okay. So you go there. What you want to do is you don't want to look at projects that are launching within the next week, within the next 2 weeks, unless you want to, right? If you're prepared to do that right now, or you're just purely doing it to study, do that. Look at projects that are launching in the next couple of days and then observe how they perform. Do they sell out right away? How does the community get treated? How are they doing pre-launch versus after they launch? How many followers are they getting on their Twitter or in their Discord? How many people are joining? How many people are actual bots? You could tell the difference. Bots are typically going to have a name and like 2, 3, 4 numbers, and they never say anything, and they're never online, right? And you'll notice that like every time you check in, it'll be the same 2,000, 3,000 people. That's how you'll know it's a fake. It's all fake numbers, okay? When you're in there, you want to look at a project a month out, 2 months out, 3 months out. Why? That gives you time to prepare your finances, and it gives you time to vet the project out. Now, you don't just want to work with one. If you need just one because you're adjusting to it, great. I'm typically looking at 5 to 10 projects at any given time. And it's quick. You don't have to go crazy. You got it on a Discord. You can put them in a little folder, and I call that my March projects, April projects, May, June, July. I have projects for every single month of the year. I add to them, I remove from them, and so on and so forth. And all you do is once a day, 15 to 20 minutes, you go in, open each project. What are the new announcements? Just observe the numbers. If the last time you checked in, there were somewhere around 10K, are they still there? It's been a week. right? We're still at around that 10K. What's the marketing doing? What's the development looking like? Are they giving us games to play and things like that? Because they will do that. They'll create like community guided games where you earn crypto. So now you're paying for your NFT with crypto that they're giving you. That's what you want to study. Look at when they're launching on that picture, on that website that they're on. Does the website look credible? Does it look good? The NFT calendar you're looking at, or is it like some random weird third party like website? You'll tell the difference. Does it look like OpenSea, or does it look like your little brother made it or your little sister, right? Like you could tell the difference. Then the price point. What's the price at? Does the price make sense? Is it undervalued or is it overvalued? The artwork, the actual NFT itself, the sample NFT that they're showing you, how does that look? Are they giving you sneak peeks on other NFTs as well? Because you don't want to get into an NFT because the very first one you saw was beautiful. And then, no offense, you get Gary Vee's handwriting in there, right? You want an actual piece of art. So those are the things that you're looking at. And then I would say, lastly, what kind of security measures do they have in place? One of the big reasons I'm bringing that up right now is because there was a recent exploit. I think $600 million got taken from a blockchain for NFTs. It was crazy. Which one was it? Let me pull this up. Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity just had approximately $600 million taken out because somebody got into their system and hacked it and things like that. So you want to see what kind of security is in place. That doesn't really alarm me, the 600 million leaving, even though that sounds crazy, even though me saying it. If they had $600 million to get taken, you better believe they have a lot more in their reserves. And that project is solid if that happened. Okay. So those are the kinds of things you want to look at as a newbie. Go to the calendars, look at past projects, how they launched if you can. Look at some current ones so you can see how they proceed, and then make a list for the future for what you can invest into.
So you mentioned the blockchains, right? So, well, first, before I ask you this question, we just had a question come in from Tar Capital. Are NFTs actually investments?
Yes. So I'll let you in on a little secret on why they're an actual investment. You're going to get taxed on it, just like any other investment. So yes, it qualifies. When you go and you take it from crypto to fiat, because that's how you're going to spend it, even if you're going to spend it on crypto, what are you going to spend it on? An exchange. Once you get the crypto, you can't just spend it from your ledger. You can try, it just might not work out, right? There's certain occasions where you can just put the address and send it, but then that's going to take 15, 20 minutes to get through, when it's much easier for you to just put it into your bank account and then go. They're creating online banks for that, but every single time you have to do this one thing called a KYC. And KYC is a know your customer. That's where you put your social security, copy of your passport, your license, any form of ID. Now, as far as the US is concerned, Uncle Sam knows who you are. He knows you have money and he wants his. So definitely, it does get treated like any other investment.
Greedy mother effers. All right, real quick, if you guys have any other questions for Jay, drop them in the chat. I wanted to ask you about the blockchains, because you mentioned a couple of blockchains, right? We talked about OpenSea, Solon. So these different blockchains, does it matter which blockchain that a project is on? Is one blockchain a little bit more, trusted than others? You should really pay attention to what blockchain is on. Like, what about that? If you're really like into a project, but you notice the blockchain that is on is not really one that you even know or heard of, is that something for you to, be worried about or concerned about? Like, let's talk about these blockchains real quick.
Sure. So why you want to pay attention to what blockchain it's on is because of traffic. At the end of the day, this is an investment. You want to make money out of it. So if it's on an unknown blockchain, if it's on a brand new blockchain, don't expect any kind of return anytime soon. If you are looking for an immediate return, you got to go to the bigger blockchains. What's the biggest blockchain out there right now? Ethereum. Ethereum is by far the biggest blockchain of them all. Everybody knows about Ethereum. Everybody buys stuff on Ethereum. Crypto.com is buying stuff off of Ethereum, is listing things from the Ethereum blockchain. So if every corporation that is involved in the crypto space is getting involved with Ethereum, you should too. But what's going to come associated with that? Ethereum gas fees, right?
Yes.
So for every transaction,
I tried to buy NFT the other day during the day. The gas fee was like $150. And then I waited until like 12:30. The gas fee was like $20.
Yeah. There you go. So that's a little trick. There's times when it's high traffic and then times when it's low traffic. So you just pay attention to that kind of stuff. In that case, you know, Ethereum has the absolute most traffic and the highest fees, right? So because of that, you're going to pay quote unquote taxes, your gas fees, as I like to call it. And that's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you know a lot of people are there. It's a bad thing because you're going to come out of pocket for it. There was a time at its peak where you were buying an NFT for $400 and paying gas fees for $400. And that's on low traffic on Ethereum. On the lowest traffic time, you were still paying $450 for an NFT.
Yeah, I'm glad they corrected that joint because that sounds insane.
And it's only getting better. Like, for example, right now, the only reason it's at $20 is because they're working on improving it. And at the same time, the price is far lower than where it was before, right? So those two things kind of help. The blockchain is, again, extremely important. An NFT that's on the Avalanche blockchain is not going to sell or retain the same value that an NFT on the Ethereum blockchain will maintain. A good NFT project. Even though a really good NFT project will be on Avalanche, barely anybody knows about it. There's not a lot of money going through Avalanche compared to Ethereum. There's not a lot of marketing. There's not a lot of big partnerships with Avalanche yet, although that's a network you want to look into.
Yeah, I heard about that one as well. Yeah.
The fees are stupid low. Trust me. It's a project I'm personally heavily invested in right now, just because compared to ETH, you'll spend, let's say, $400 to mint an NFT. On gas fees, you spent $20. I probably spent 20 cents on Avalanche.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Big difference. So we got another question from Tar Capital regarding NFTs. How does the value, or what are the different ways the value of an NFT can increase or decrease?
Okay. So there's a couple of things with the NFT itself and then the project. So there's two things. The NFT, the piece of art, is what are the things that are making up this NFT, right? There's layering that's going on an NFT. Think about it as a bunch of pictures getting slapped together and then they get randomized, and that's how you get 10,000 NFTs. So does your NFT have glasses? What kind of glasses? There's going to be, out of 50 different glasses, right, that NFT is going to have, one that's rarer than everything else. And because of that, even though the same price on that NFT that matches everything but has different glasses and it makes it different, your NFT could be 10 times more valuable than mine. So that's one layer to that. It could be the backgrounds. It could be chains that they're wearing, shirts, the character itself, whether, you know, it's a lizard or a bear, you know, whatever gets released in that collection. So those things give the NFT itself its own personal value. It's intrinsic rarity, the rarity. You can check that out also in OpenSea. When you go to, there's like a little drop-down menu on the left side. You'll see what are the properties. And then that's where you see the percentage. The lower that percentage, the rarer it is, the more expensive it is. Okay. Look at some of the top NFTs and you're going to notice quite a few of them. They've got those very low 1%, 2%, 5% numbers. Option one, right? That's number one. What's going to give that NFT alone its value. Number two is the project. What are they doing? What are they investing into? Who's the team? Who are the people? You're going to pay more for Gary Vee than you will for, you know, Joe Schmo, because you don't know Joe, but you've seen Gary Vee on TV for the past 15, 20 years. You know he has a multi-million-dollar company and you know what kind of value he has to add to you. If you buy his NFT, you get 3 personal mentorship sessions with Gary Vee to potentially like blow your business up, or you get a free round of marketing with him. I'm just going to throw that out there, right? Aren't you going to buy that NFT? Imagine VaynerMedia doing your marketing. Your business explodes. So that's option number 2 on how that NFT would have value. It's the utilities, the use case for it. What is it being used? what kind of returns outside of just the art are we going to get? And that's why I heavily focus on that. I love NFTs, but I don't buy every single NFT. If it's not giving me those two things right there in place, it's a no-go for me. I don't care if they're going to do it later. I will wait to buy until they do it later. But if it doesn't have it happening right now in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, I won't even bother with that NFT.
Well, listen, man, this has been Level 2 Masterclass. It's always a privilege to bring you on one of my platforms, bro. I would definitely love to bring you back. Like I always say, make sure that you guys follow my guy, Jay is Driven, for investment information, especially Web3 investing information. If we're talking about cryptos, NFTs, Forex, or just, just shoot him just shoot him a DM. Maybe there's more from today's episode that maybe you didn't get a chance to ask, or maybe you were kind of shy or bashful to ask. Reach out to him. The dude's very knowledgeable. I co-sign him. Jay, so before we go, I've been shouting you out throughout the whole show. So they should know they need to go to Jay is Driven on Instagram. But let them know what you currently have going on, what they should be on the lookout, and how they can tap into you.
Sure. So you guys can reach out to me on Instagram. Go right to Jay is Driven, and you'll be able to find me. There's a couple out there. I'm working on getting verified for that reason. They've been playing with people. Just as a general rule, I will never ask you for money. I'm good. I'm not gonna ask you to cash at me. I will never do that. I'll never tell you to go to a place and put your money in there if I'm not already doing it or on the phone with you. So make sure you do that. Okay. You guys can find me there. Click the link in my page, and you'll be able to find a bunch of different ways to connect to me. I have a free chat for you guys. Outside of that, there is a paid investment opportunity that we have where I call out some of the investments that I'm potentially getting into. My business partners do, and we also have courses. So we teach you everything that you need to know. We teach you from the Forex standpoint. We're doing stocks. We do crypto investments. And then we also do NFTs. So if that's something you're looking to get into, make sure to tap in. And we're going to do a little collab for the Imperfect Action Show. We're going to do something with the Imperfect Action Show.
I'm here for it, bro.
From being here.
So check this out. So someone was telling me, I met last week because last week was NFT LA week, that they were thinking about building me a virtual stage in the metaverse for the podcast.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Which is wild, right? Which is wild. So that's where we're going, people. So you can ignore it if you want. You can get anxious about it and not pay attention to it. I advise you that if you feel that energy, I think it's an indication that you should learn more about whatever it is. So
trust me, you want to. There's people that they get paid a full-time salary off of that. You know, that guy who's building you the stage, there's somebody who literally gets paid to make sure your stage is working, and they're in the metaverse.
100%. Crazy. So look. So y'all look, follow Jay, and should we bring him back? I think we should bring him back. Do y'all want him back? This has been another episode of the Imperfect Action Show with my guy Jay is Driven, episode 33, bro. Really appreciate you. Make sure you guys follow him and tap in. We will see you guys tomorrow, episode 34, and peace.
Peace out, guys.